Hello everybody, this is John from English and More and welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about English vocabulary. Now let's start with this question. Are you learning English vocabulary successfully? That means you remember the words you learned and you can use them for your daily communications. You may say yes, no, or I'm not sure. Keep watching this video and you'll find the answer. When it comes to learning vocabulary, I remember there's kind of an advice that I heard a lot when I was learning English years ago that was sort of, learn 5 or 10 new words a day. Sound familiar? What do you think of this advice? If you ask me, I would say I totally disagree. Why? Because if you just say learn 5 or 10 new words a day and that's all, then you need to answer a list of questions like what words do I need to learn among thousands of words? Where should I start? How should I learn so that I could remember the words and use them? And so many more. You absolutely get lost in this forever. So it's literally not a good advice to follow as it leads you to nowhere. I tried and I completely failed, let me tell you. So we're not gonna do that. Instead, in this video, I'll share with you 2 effective tips to learn vocabulary successfully so that you could actually use the word you learned for your daily communications. Now let's get straight into the tips. Tip number 1, first and most importantly, remember, learn vocabulary in context, which means you will learn new words when you are reading or listening. In other words, you will learn a word by seeing how it is used in a sentence. I know that there are still many learners trying to memorize individual words and with its meaning only, like ask means, talk means, for example, without any particular context, and it's not what we should do. The fact is that learning vocabulary without context is just a waste of time because you never know how to use the words in sentences and you can't remember them as a result. So, what's the point of learning 20 new words a day but you can never use them? Now let's take an example. Imagine I'm learning this word. Cover, as I saw it somewhere and I'm curious about it. And because I'm Vietnamese, so I learned the definitions of the words in Vietnamese like this. Cover means che phủ, bao trùm, bao bọc, and that's all. Can you see the problems here? There are many problems, let me tell you. First, you don't know that the word cover has different meanings in different contexts. Second, you don't know how to use the word in sentences. And the third problem, that is also the biggest problem, is that you don't train your brain to think in English when you learn the definitions of the words in your first language. So, it's completely wrong to learn vocabulary this way. If it's what you are doing right now to increase your vocabulary, stop and switch to the right way, which is learning vocabulary in context that I'm talking about. One of the most important reasons to learn vocabulary in context is because a word can have different meanings in different contexts. I'll show you some examples to prove my point. Also with the word cover as a verb. Now let's take a look at the following sentences. Dan covered his face with his hands. That means Dan did this. Alright? Exercise is a word that covers a vast range of activities. In this case, covers mean to include, so we have the sentence, exercise is a word that includes a vast range of activities. And number 3, Dave covered many songs of Adele. That means they have performed or recorded many songs that were originally sung by Adele. So we can see from the examples here 3 different meanings of the word cover as a verb. So do you see one word but different meanings? Now you know why it's extremely important to learn vocabulary in context. Try it out and you see how amazing it is. Trust me. Alright, let's get to tip number 2. Make a word diary. It's simply a notebook where you can write any words that you want to learn every day. And my advice for you is that you should learn new words every day. It can be 1 or 5 or 10 words, up to you. Make it part of your life, your daily routine. And remember to learn my ways that I shared in this video. Now back to the word diary. It's very easy for you to find different models of a word diary on Google. But from my own experience in learning vocabulary, I highly recommend you to use my model, as I know it works perfectly. And here is the model I'm talking about. Ta-da! Yeah, this is my word diary with my name. Sorry if it's not pretty. Now let's look inside. Yeah, this is my handwriting, and I'm sorry if it looks terrible. So here you can see we have some columns here, and each column has different functions. I will explain it to you now. The first column is the word columns. That means where we put any word that we want to learn during the day. And the next column is the part of speech, whether the word is a verb, a noun, an adjective, an adverb, etc. The next column will be International Phonetic Alphabet. That means how to pronounce the word. And it's very important for you to know this, because if you want to learn vocabulary successfully, it's very important for you to pronounce the word correctly, right? The next column is the word family column. So some words will have some relatives. I mean, like if it's a verb, so what is the noun form of the word? So the noun, the adjective, the adverb, yeah, things like that. So we can write them down under this column. They are a family. And the next column will be the definition column. And remember, we are learning vocabulary in context, so just choose the definition that fit the context when we see the word, okay? And the last column is very also important too, the example sentence column. This is where we write any sentence using the words so that we could know how to use the word in writing or speaking activities in English every day. So, this is my word diary, and the question is, what will you do with it? And why I suggest you to apply this model, because I know that it can help you succeed in learning vocabulary. Now I will show you how to use this word diary. You know, normally I like to read BBC News on the BBC website to increase my vocabulary. And imagine I'm reading BBC News on the BBC website, and I saw this sentence in an article. In Tokyo, 8 million passengers every day commute to work in overpacked trains. I'm curious about the word commute, this one, because I haven't seen it before. So I will write the word down under the column word in my word diary. Yes. And then, oh, wait a minute. Yes. And then I will look the word up in an online dictionary to find its meaning and other information about the word. So I will use the Longman dictionary. And talking about online dictionary, I highly recommend you to use Longman or Oxford, because they provide almost all relevant information about a word and it's very reliable. So now I will look up the word commute. Here, I will show you a bit closer. Yeah, did you see? And then when I look up the word, I see it's IPA. Yeah, this is IPA, how to pronounce the word. So I will write it down under the column IPA. Here. And then it's part of speech. This one is a verb. Can you see? Yeah, a verb. So I will write it down under the column part of speech. And next, when I scroll down the screen, I also see the word commute as a noun. So I will also write the noun under the part of speech column. And now back to the beginning. Yeah, the definitions. So for the verb, it means to regularly travel a long distance to get to work. So I will write this definition under the definitions column. Then, rolling down the screen. Yes, and this is the definitions of the word commute as a noun, so I will write down too. Yes, so we need to write both the definitions under the definition columns. And next, we need to add example sentences to to show how to use the words in sentences for reference. So for the noun, we will write this sentence. And back again, for the word commute as a verb, we will write this sentence. Yes. Jim commutes to Manhattan every day. Yes. And then, when I roll down the screen again to the end, I see the word commuter. So I will write this word down under the column word family, as it's a noun of the word commute. So this word commuter will be written under the column word family. And we're done. Yeah, so that's how I learned vocabulary using this word diary. I hope that you follow the steps that I just showed you. And now, after we finish checking the word commute in the online dictionary, now let's look again at this sentence. So, this is actually the context for us to find the correct meaning of the word commute here. And after we just go through the steps in my word diary, and now looking back again at the table for the word commute in my word diary, I believe that this word commute here is a verb, and it means to regularly travel a long distance to work every day. So in this case, we can also write this sentence under the column example sentence for the word commute too, so that we can refer to it later. So now I will write this sentence down under my column example sentence in my word diary. All right, and we're done. Now, you can see that this is the entry, almost a full entry of the word commute. We have its part of speech as both verb and noun. Its IPA, like how to pronounce it, and then the word family commuter. This is its definition, and this is the example sentences to demonstrate how to use the word commute as both a verb and a noun in sentences. So that's how you learn vocabulary successfully with a word diary. Trust me, if you try it, you will see it's wonderful. In case you are out traveling to work or to school and you see any word that you want to learn, then you can note the word down on your phone, or you just try to remember the word in your head, so that when you have the word diary with you later, you can write the word down under the columns here, as I just show you, and to learn to remember the words and try to make sentences with it. That's a very good way for you to learn vocabulary and practice using it in sentences. So, I also have another effective tip to help you increase vocabulary, which is called mind mapping, but I will make a separate video for this topic, I promise. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. We have gone through 2 effective tips to learn vocabulary successfully, that are learn vocabulary in context and make a word diary. So I hope that this video will help you improve your vocabulary learning and get good results. And if you have any comments or if you have any questions or ideas about this video, or whether you like it or not, just give me your ideas in comment below, and I would love to hear from you. Alright, I hope you enjoy watching this video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.